From the Ticats Audio Network, this is Ticats Today with Louie Butko.
Yes, it is Ticats Today for a Wednesday, December the 14th, 2022. Thanks for checking us out on the Ticats Audio Network. Louie Butko here with you. And happy day after the schedule release day. Yes, because the CFL, the Hamilton Ticats, kicked off the holiday season with a little early present, that being the 2023 CFL schedule, and taking a look at how the Ticats will play in the 2023 season. Preseason game on May 27th at home, preseason game on the road in Montreal. The season opener, June 9th, on the road in Winnipeg against the Blue Bombers. Week 2 on the road on Sunday night. Yeah, some CFL Sunday night football for you on June 18th. And then the Ticats come home. The home opener, June 23rd, Friday night under the lights at 7:30 when they host the Montreal Alouettes. The following week, week 5, they will host the Ottawa Redblacks, July 8th. That is a Saturday night under the lights. They are on the road in week 6. Week 7, they return home for Friday night under the lights against the Toronto Argonauts. Week 8, they are on the road. Week 9, they return home. There's a bye week, week 10. Week 11, they got Thursday night football against the Elks. Week 12, they're on the road in BC. And I love this, a 7 p.m. Eastern kickoff time. I'm pretty excited about that. Labor Day Classic is Labor Day, September the 4th. That's a Monday, and a 3:30 kickoff time. More on that in just a second. Week 14, they are on the road in a quick turnaround, though, on that one. September 4th is the Monday, and then they play Friday night football. Week 14 on the road against the Ottawa Redblacks. They return home the following week, the Hall of Fame game. Week 15, September 16th. It's a Saturday afternoon, 4 p.m. kickoff when they host the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. Week 16, they are on the road against the Argonauts. Week 17, Saturday night under the lights, September 30th, against Calgary Stampeders. Week 18, October the 7th, Saturday night on the road in Saskatchewan. Week 18, October 13th, that's a Friday night under the lights at home against the BC Lions. And finishing their season on the road against the Montreal Alouettes, Saturday, October the 28th. Whoo, did you get all that? Hopefully you did. And if not, ticats.ca is where you can find the schedule. And obviously there's a lot of key dates on there. The Labor Day Classic, Monday, September the 4th. The home opener, June 23rd. Again, Friday night under the lights. A couple of things that just jump out to me. There is not a kickoff later than 8:30, and there's only one 8:30 kickoff. Other than that, all the games that the Ticats will be playing starting at 7:30 or earlier. And I mean, that's not a huge deal, but sometimes that BC game is a 10 p.m. kickoff. So, I mean, for me personally, I love that all these games are at times that you can watch and not have to worry about, staying up till the crack of dawn. Also, what's pretty cool is the Ticats are never away from Tim Hortons Field for very long. After the home opener, which is week 3. They start the first 2 weeks on the road, but after the home opener, the Ticats never spend more than a week away from Tim Hortons Field, which is pretty incredible. And they have 6 home games taking place in the 10 weeks between the home opener and the Labor Day Classic. Also, South Plaza Saturdays are back, which include face painting, autograph sessions, giveaways, some bounce castle stuff as well. And there's a lot of key games on this schedule, and you are going to want to get your tickets. Ticats.ca is where you can get them. And remember, the only way to guarantee your spot at the Grey Cup, the 110th Grey Cup at Tim Hortons Field on Sunday, November 19th, is to be a Ticats season seat member. So go do that at Ticats.ca. And for more on the release of the schedule and that upcoming Grey Cup, very pleased to be joined by the president and COO of the Hamilton Tiger Cats and Hamilton Sports Group. It's Matt Afinec. And Matt, this is always a pretty exciting day, the schedule release day, when it drops on the calendar.
It's like there's a second Christmas, Louie, December 13th. This has been a great innovation from our partners at the CFL to really work hard with the teams. And this has been going on for, at least 3 or 4 years now. But the emphasis to get the schedule out as early as possible and ahead of the holiday season, which as you just said is a hugely important factor for our fans relative to planning their summers, and in our case how and when they're going to be coming down to Tim Hortons Field to cheer on the Ticats. So yeah, getting the schedule out early is important, and we're thrilled with the 2023 edition.
Well, that first time they'll be coming down to Tim Hortons Field in the regular season will be the home opener. It's June 23rd, Friday night under the lights. I mean, that'll be special. I mean, in the sense that, this year, 2022 had its moments, but to be able to start fresh in a brand new year, that's going to be a special game.
Yeah, home opener is always special, and it's great this year. We get to kick it off against an East Division rival, and the team that unfortunately knocked us out of the playoffs last year. So I know the guys will be amped up, ready to go for that home opener. But the home opener is always special. We'll certainly have some good things on the docket for the fans, and working with our corporate partners to make sure it's a big home opener. But a couple weeks on the road to start, but back home on June 23rd.
Now, the Labor Day Classic, always a classic for a reason at Tim Hortons Field. There's been a couple of different times it's been at. This year at 3:30. Tell us a little bit about that specific kickoff time and what you're hoping for on Labor Day at the Labor Day Classic.
Yeah, for sure. And I think every time this time of year, Louie, when we talk about the schedule, I think it's important to remind the fans that, the schedule making process is a collaborative effort between ourselves as a club, the CFL office, and our partners at TSN. So in doing that, we review every single year about what's going to be the optimal situation for the fans, competitively for the players, and arrive at certain conclusions on any game day, not just Labor Day. But as it relates to the fan piece of this, we've heard, and you all know, we spent a lot of time and effort engaging our fans, especially our season seat holders, to get their feedback about where they think we can improve the experience. All elements of the experience at the stadium, to the schedule, to you name it. And one trend that we saw emerging over the last couple of years in the feedback process was the concept of a later afternoon kickoff for Labor Day. Labor Day in the afternoon is obviously popular, and our fans seem to love it. But this notion of moving it maybe a little bit later, was really based in a couple of factors. It gives people, as we know, games at Tim Hortons Field, our family events, social events, friends and family, and gives everyone a couple more hours to get together before the game, do some cooking, some barbecuing, some tailgating, whatever they want to do. But it also provides an opportunity. A lot of our fans do go away on Labor Day weekend, and if they're traveling out of town, gives that group a couple extra hours back into the city and get ready to come down for the game, but still maintains the integrity of the game happening in the afternoon and obviously ending by the early evening. So we work closely with the league and TSN, and they were supportive of the concept. And here we are on a 3:30 Labor Day, and we're talking now. The initial feedback in from especially the season seat holders has been amazing about them loving the shift from 3:30. And as we know, Louie, it can sometimes be quite hot on Labor Day, so sometimes maybe not kicking off in the 1 o'clock window might help us. We'll see how the weather goes, but those are just a few factors behind the decision to work with the shift.
Another thing I would guess the fans seem to enjoy that we're bringing back in 2023 would be the South Plaza Saturdays, really maximizing the use of the space in the South Plaza. What did you learn from doing it this past year that you're going to apply to maybe building it out a little, better, bigger and better in 2023 and just the return of South Plaza Saturdays in general?
Yeah, I think what we learned and emphasized last year was just, as much as our kind of adult demographic and young adult demographic loves the socialization of Tim Hortons Field, being out of their seats, being able to travel and walk. We saw a similar kind of theme with young fans, like kids primarily, with regards to that, benefit, value, fun they have coming to a game outside of the game itself. And we really saw that in the South Plaza Saturdays and putting programming in there that was really rooted and geared at children and families, and giving them something to do in addition to the game itself, and come down a little bit early. So autograph signings and activations and inflatables and giveaways and all the things that come with it. We obviously have a heavy Saturday schedule here in the summer, and the fans can look forward to a South Plaza Saturday for each and every one of those Saturday home games.
Now, to that point, one thing that also jumps out at the schedule when you look at it, you mentioned those 2 games on the road to start the season, but after that, after the home opener, the Ticats are never away from Tim Hortons Field for longer than a week, which, when I think back of the past seasons, sometimes you go a few weeks. How important was it to make sure that fans, they're not missing their Ticats too long, right? That this schedule seems very balanced on the fact that you're never away from home for too long.
Yeah, you use the word balance. I think that's the perfect word, Louie. Like you seek to achieve balance across the board. Obviously, a lot of interests to accommodate as it relates to scheduling, not the least of which is we're members of a 9-team league and have obligations to everybody relative to making sure it's the best schedule for the league in addition to the best schedule for the Ticats. But yes, it's a priority in every market to maintain some balance, to try to avoid back-to-backs, to try to avoid extended periods of time where you're kind of out of your market and away from your fans. So from a Ticat perspective, for sure, this schedule accomplishes exactly that. And there's really not any breaks beyond a couple of weeks, which is awesome. And there's not any weeks where there's back-to-back games. There's one where there's a bye week in between, but we think it's great balance, not just balance of kind of week to week, but also a balance of times. We've got afternoons, we've got evenings, different nights of the week in terms of Thursday, Friday, Saturday, even a Saturday afternoon. So good balance in here.
Well, and I like the fact that, yes, you will see the Argos 4 times this season, but you're not going to see them 4 times in 6 weeks, 7 weeks, whatever it ended up being. That's also got to be a little good to see, a little, spreading out those big marquee games. Obviously, against the Argos, they're always going to be a marquee game, but to spread those out seems like a mission accomplished on this schedule.
Yeah, and I think the importance of that is frankly both competitive and as it relates to the benefit of the fans as well. Because surely playing division games down the stretch in a 9-team league, obviously there's going to be competitive considerations all the way through to the end, and getting them later in the season certainly at home is beneficial in that regard. But it's also beneficial for the fans. You know this, Louie. Like our fans build the best home field advantage in the Canadian Football League, bar none. And that home field advantage is a hugely important factor for our players and coaches when they go out there to compete. And while it's always amazing, it just has another level, another decibel, another percentage point on the energy meter when we're playing Toronto. So if you can play that later in the season, when the games just matter more, I think it's mission accomplished the plan for 23.
And I mean, looking at the 2023 schedule released yesterday, the one thing that jumps out, of course, is the 110th Grey Cup on the schedule on November 19th. I know a lot of work is going into making sure this is the best event Hamilton has ever thrown. But I also know you're really excited for November 19th. I'm sure you got a little countdown going for how many days, for better or for worse. But how excited are you to be able to, again, welcome Canada, welcome the CFL back to Hamilton later next year?
Well, that's a key point, welcoming Canada and welcoming them back. Obviously, having the unique situation where we had, the game in a modified festival in 21 and having everyone back here in 23. So, we'll be announcing and making a series of awesome announcements about what fans can expect for the Grey Cup Festival kind of in the spring ahead of the season starting. But what I can say is 21 was a magical game day experience. Outside of the obvious, it was really just a great day. I think what fans can look forward to as it relates to 23 is a longer festival kind of period, kind of Wednesday through game day and more activity throughout the city relative to celebrating Grey Cup and welcoming tens of thousands of fans from across the country who, of course, show up to come to the game. Some of them don't even go to the game. They just come to the host market and hang out with their CFL friends from across the country. But providing the events and the programming that give them that energy and excitement to come to town, that's what we can all look forward to. And as I said, we'll be in a great position to be making some of those announcements early on in 2023.
Well, Matt, I know you're a busy guy, so I appreciate you making some time this morning with me, and all the best to you and the family this holiday season.
Same to you, Louie. Thanks very much.
My thanks to Ticats President and COO Matt Afinec for joining me on today's show, and my thanks to you as well. Make sure to like and subscribe so you never miss an episode of this show or any of the other great shows on the Ticats Audio Network, including, I'll let you in on a little secret. Yesterday, a few of us from the Ticats Audio Network got together at Tim Hortons Field to look back on the 2022 season and to look ahead to 2023. So keep your ears open for an end-of-year special with myself, RJ Broadhead, Andy Fantuz, Luke Tasker, and Mike Daly. And that'll be dropping sometime in the next little bit here on the Ticats Audio Network. In the meantime, I'll talk to you on Friday here on Ticats Today. Thanks for checking us out. I'm Louie Butko. Hope you have a great day.